Last time on All Access.
In alone to the net, he scores!
We are not in shape to win 5 games in 6 days. We're not, right?
And I'm sure at Nationals we're going to have some more battles like that.
Just a week after back-to-back losses to Florida Gulf Coast, the Icepack round up in Winston-Salem for the annual ACC Championship. Most teams sat out due to COVID, but Virginia Tech got cleared to face off in the big conference match.
This was a unique path. A path like no other, but this is the path where we are. So the question you have to ask yourself, 5, 10, 15 years, and someone looks at that cup and they say NC State for 1 year, 2 years. Is it going to say 3, or is there going to be Virginia Tech? They're not going to know that Virginia Tech had
one game. Couldn't be any easier. Now let's just go roll these kids. Let's go. We're so much better than these kids. We know it. Go play our game. Let's roll them. Let's go.
For only practicing all year and having no games, they played very well. They were a good team, and I'm glad they were willing to come down and play us, especially since other teams weren't able to.
It was kind of a rewarding feeling in a sense, like obviously COVID affected everyone in different ways, some good, some bad, but for us and our scheduling purposes, like it really threw our schedule off track, so to kind of get some semblance of normalcy again was really nice.
It's taken away in a 2-on-1. Todd, a shot, he scores. They're into the slot. Solomon cross ice feed. There's a shot and they score, and they got the water bottle again.
It didn't matter for the Icepack that it was Virginia Tech's first game. It was an offensive onslaught right to the end, en route to their 3rd straight ACC title.
And 1, paint the bell tower red for the 3rd year in a row. The NC State Icepack have a 3-peat for the Admirals Cup.
Just playing the whole season, playing ACC games, we were one of the only teams playing throughout the season for the ACC, so to have the ability to say that we won the championship I think is fitting because we're the last man standing. We played practically a whole season in a semester and a half, and I think it just goes to show all the stuff that we had to fight through. I think we're deserving of the title no matter what anybody says.
But now, the real work begins, all right? We're off on Tuesday, but you shouldn't be off in terms of getting cardio in, getting to the gym, working out, whatever you need to do, all right? We took care of this. We took care of this. Now you got to take care of yourselves, all right? We didn't celebrate as hard on the ice as we normally do. Let's add that into the celebration in Bismarck, right? But we have to do the work to get there.
After taking Tuesday off to recharge, it's only a matter of days before the guys hit the road for nationals in North Dakota. Today, former NC State alumni and friends playing in the top men's league in Raleigh come by to have a scrimmage to level up the intensity.
We didn't really play our game. I think we kind of took it lightly before going on our trip, and the biggest lessons learned was we got to keep the fundamentals, play smart hockey, get the puck in deep.
And we were kind of slow playing there. I think it was part of like the boys weren't taking it too seriously. It was just kind of going through the motions and making sure we were ready for nationals.
Keep everything simple, win the battles, jump up on the blue line, hold the blue line, do what you've been doing all year. 5-minute stretch where we could have got the puck out at least 6 or 7 times and we didn't. 6 or 7 times in 5 minutes. How many goals is that against a really good team? 6 or 7 goals. Really good team, so how about 4? I'm just saying, we gotta clean up the battles on the blue line. I tell you every single game, 5 feet. Get it out. You're 5 feet in our zone, get it out. 5 feet, do what you gotta do. Get it in, get across the blue line, work your offensive zone coverage. Alright?
Boys, everyone knows we go to nationals in like 5 days, right? Like everyone's aware? Because we look like shit. Like we look like absolute dog shit. So, just so everyone's aware, like actually f***ing try for 20 minutes so we can actually feel good about going to nationals. Please. I'm not trying to go there and waste my f***ing time.
That's the tone, Dave. That's the tone.
We went 2 years ago, we all wasted our f***ing week trying to play hockey there and getting thrown. We're not doing that shit again, alright? Let's go. Come on, tighten the f*** up.
At just around 6 in the morning, the team rallies at RDU for an early morning flight to Bismarck. You'd think a national contending hockey team would have a private jet and other amenities. The Icepack, even through their strenuous season, had to raise thousands of dollars in 2 weeks to buy commercial Delta flights.
So the flight up was pretty interesting. You know, we had to wake up really early. You know, I know a lot of other teams, you look at D1 teams, they're probably got their own team jet, private jet, whatever. They fly right before the game, but obviously we didn't have that luxury. But you know, we took the time to fundraise, and you know, it was cool. It was a cool experience to be a part of. You know, it felt like a real team, but you know, there's still in the back of your mind, you're like, this is ACHA.
Out there commercial, just economy, nothing special. We don't really get any cool treatment like that. Had a 6 a.m. flight, so we were up really early at the airport. But it's always a good time. Last time we went to Dallas, it was like the same thing. And honestly, it's early and it sucks, but it's really fun flying with everybody.
Probably a little chicken burrito, maybe some chips.
I have no idea. We're gonna find out. We'll see as we go.
I liked it better than the last time going to nationals in Dallas. Our flight only had like 6 or 7 people from the team who were associated with the team, so the 5 or 6 or 7 of us were all sitting next to each other originally, and then once the doors shut to the planes, we all got to sit in our own seats with nobody next to us, so that was very nice.
Like their checked bags and stuff like that. Eric, Mira, and I were doing that at the counter and you know, getting everything organized and situated with the United Airlines staff. So they were great in helping us. A little frantic initially because we had like, I don't know, 50 bags or 40 bags or something like that. Plus all the sticks and whatnot. So it was a little frantic at first getting it all organized.
After a 2-hour layover in Denver for the second flight group, they were finally on their way to Bismarck.
Something about starting, and yes, indeed.
Great move.
Look forward to welcoming you again on another United play. And last but not least, wanted to wish our NC State Wolfpack, hope you guys have a great game.
Yeah.
Even though I am a Carolina alumni 2009, I believe in good karma. So, hope you guys have a great game. Hope you get the win, all right?
Thank you.
Thanks again for playing with us today.
Are you guys cold? Because I'm cold.
Yep, 30. It was 30 degrees. It snowed yesterday.
Guys, that's hockey, baby. Shit out of these guys. Put them in the boards. I'm excited for you guys, man. We're really big fans here. Big opportunity for you guys. What a crazy ass year. So the fact that y'all are there says a lot about the chemistry of your club and your coach, how much you care about each other and what you've all been through to make it this far. Make sure you finish it off, man. No regret. Play your ass off and have fun doing it. And just know everyone back here in Raleigh's pulling for you, alright? Appreciate what y'all do, boys.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach.
Had a little time to go eat some food, but then, you know, got in the car and went to the rink for my first nationals practice, which is pretty sick. Empty rink, but it was a whole new barn in North Dakota of all places. Never thought I'd be there.
And then practice was good. It was a bunch of drills. We kept moving. There wasn't much stopping going on, so guys were getting blood flowing, especially getting off a flight that day. It was good to wake everybody's legs up after being cramped in a seat for all day.
3 games in 3 days, no matter what, right? And then you get a break. 3 games in 3 days mean you've got to hydrate, and that hydration has to start tonight. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Get to bed early. Get up in enough time to get a good breakfast. Because
Bring it in. All right, I'll take it, boys. Thankful that we get to be out here. Thankful they didn't lose any of our shit. Suck at Liberty. Boys, we're here, all right? We set out to do this shit from day one. We worked all year. It's time to do this shit. All right? Let's go. Boys, 2 years ago when we came here, like I said, we watched teams practice. We knew we didn't have it. I feel a lot different this year. I sat in my bed last night and I just knew, like, we got a good shot at this shit, boys. Let's do this. Let's go, boys. Stand on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because of how good they are. They're feeling a lot better heading into the national tournament this year than they were 2 seasons ago, which says a lot when you were undefeated a couple of years ago. This is a team that thinks they can compete and win the whole thing, and I think that they're right, that they can compete and win the whole thing.
Say some more shit, but boys, we know what we gotta do. All right, we didn't get here on accident. Let's go prove our. 1, 2, 3.
We just knew it was going to be a real tough test. We knew they had played University of Mary before and played them pretty well. I think they'd even beaten them at one point, so we were expecting a tough game and a tough competition once we got up there.
Solomon up to Peterson. Peterson gives a 2-0 lead on a score for NC State. Miller taps. Solomon knocks it in. A score from the All-American.
After the early offensive onslaught, the Providence Argos' late push wasn't enough to overcome the Icepack and the hat trick from All-American sophomore Chris Solomon. The good guys now had a 1-0 record in the round robin.
Short and simple. We talked about playing 3,600 seconds, right? Took a little bit off, but you finished the job. 60 minutes of hockey, you gotta play. All right? Can't take any time off. Great way to finish.
Survive and advance, right? It might not be a one and done tournament, but in some ways it is, right? Because second place teams don't go through, so survive and advance. We kind of survived in that third period. Is that fair? But we advanced, right? That was a good start, but we got to get better, right? There's things we can do. We're gonna go watch the tape. We're gonna get ready. I'm gonna get us ready for Davenport tomorrow with a pre-scout. I'm proud of you guys. That's the way to start. That's the way to start, right? We're settled into this tournament.
Hey guys, congratulations, first win. Congratulations on being here. Awesome feat, coaches, players, to be able to get here. Got a player in the game. Who's number 27? They said he was kind of that's a soft pass.
Up and down game, but got the job done. Doesn't really matter anymore, so get ready for tomorrow.
Worst bowler, the things that stick out to me is Parker playing with a separated shoulder and he'd bowl with his offhand, and I think he did better than Rourke or even
Halko, he was top dog. He was definitely really good. Same with Mura. He knew what he was doing. And then on the bottom side, I'd say either Rourke or Fong were the worst. Fong was in my
worst bowler, probably Rourke. With the bowling alley, I was probably the worst bowler, unfortunately. However, they had these Mario Kart racing games, and I smoked everyone in that, so I redeemed myself. 50% of the time was a gutter ball, so not the best bowler.
Just want to make it clear, I got a 184 top on the team, so I couldn't keep the consistency, but
you're the best and worst on the court.
The boys got some time to relax after game one with some bowling, courtesy of a special Icepack alumni that was just down the road in Bismarck.
So I played for NC State 2000 to 2003, and to see the program where it's at now, it's quite amazing to see how much it's grown. Back then it was just kind of like a little college team that would drink beer and go to games and have a good time, win a game or two. But now you guys are it's a whole nother level. I never thought that I'd see an NC State team in North Dakota, and I couldn't be much prouder to see these guys and to have them up here. So.
Finish them off early. We get up on them early, they are going to be thinking about that bus ride back tomorrow night.
Very early, keep gas. Let's step on these kids' throats. Let's go. Stand on three. 1, 2, 3.
We were feeling confident coming off our first win, and obviously in the way the tournament's set up, it's kind of every game's a must-win. Because if you drop one game in pool play, you're kind of out of it.
We were neck and neck, and they were getting a lot of shots on us. And then I'd say Griff really helped us out. He made some big saves throughout the game, and especially down the stretch, that not only kept us in it, but allowed us to win.
Depth matters in the playoffs, and it was on full display, with an unlikely hero getting the boys on the board.
Halko back to full strength, and it doesn't matter because Halko scores right as that.
And I think there was like 6 drop passes made, and then it finally made it to me, and there was an open lane, so I just fired it. So luckily it went in, and it's always fun scoring goals, so it was good to happen.
We'll never want to have to do that. Johnson gives it off to Frosch, and NC State's back in front with a Frosch goal. Johnson behind the cage, wants the flip, and he hits the top pocket. The first goal from a forward today by NC State.
Even with sophomore goalie Griffin Hunt playing out of his mind, Davenport evened it up late, and it would take a hero to push the Icepack over the top.
That's 30 Shots on goal now for NC State. 27 saves for Deering. Another save. 28, but Solomon scores, and NC State has the lead.
I know, like, at the bench, we all knew we could go out and do it, but, you know, we just had to go out there and break the ice. Solo was able to do that. Kind of like a sense of relief on the bench and a little bit of energy to go out there, finish it out.
5 seconds, down to 4, and NC State's moving to 2-0 in the national tournament before taking on number 1 UMary tomorrow with a chance to head to the semifinals Monday. What a final 3 minutes of this game.
But we played hard too. We played gritty, found a way to win. Now tomorrow, 1 game to go to the Final Four. Normally I say enjoy it for a second and then turn our attention. Nope, we're turning our attention now. G, will we win tomorrow? Don John, no one gives us a chance outside of this locker room. Will we win tomorrow? Yeah. Ricky, playoff Ricky squad, right? Ricky. Hugs, will you win tomorrow? Miller, will you win? Sauls, are we going to win tomorrow? Question. Robo, are we going to win tomorrow? They're so you're going to win tomorrow. Tomorrow night. Yeah. Now listen. I want everyone to stop everything that you're doing. Don't touch a piece of tape. Tomorrow night, this building will be packed. It will be loud. And here's the thing, most ACHA teams aren't used to that, playing in front of packed houses. Most of us have played in front of 6,000. We played in bigger stages in terms of fans. I don't even want you to breathe for a second. I want it dead silent in here. That's the sound of 2,000 people not saying a word when we shock everybody tomorrow night.
Today's player of the game for you guys goes to, any guesses?
Griffin Hunt.
Griffin Hunt, 35.
He's a maniac!
All right, just a few clips we want everyone to be aware of tonight. There's some things that they do like to do that are pretty unique. Mirror, jump in anytime too on these. So
With the Icepack only 1 win away from advancing to the semifinals, they need all the prep they can get against the number 1 ranked University of Mary. On the morning of the game, the team gathered in the lobby to go over some film.
A little thing can turn into a big thing, right? So I think taking the short amount of time to focus on those little things to try and take advantage of them, whether it's stopping a certain breakout or being cognizant of a certain guy flying the zone earlier than others. I think that's important.
Where they have some speed, they have some size and some physicality to go with it, as well as some top-end skill. So we knew it was going to be a real tough test.
They'll come behind the net, and you know how quick Mary is forechecking. Their D just comes up, skates up right on the dot line. Don't be afraid to take the extra second and skate it up. They're going to force you. So whatever side they force you to, just start skating up. Wingers, when you start realizing that the D are skating, then start moving with them so you can give them outlet passes.
think about our second FGCU game, right? With everything we came over that day. Pretend you're sunburnt, pretend our bus broke down, pretend we got evicted from our hotel, all right? All those things. Because when we just kind of let some of that go, we play smart and focused, we have great results. Cavs, anything else?
I think you should. I just think we need to be really physical because they will be, and if we don't do it back, the crowd will eat us up. The building, it's not going to go our way.
Don't be afraid to finish your checks as well. Wingers, I mean, when they get the puck on the point, give them a little bump. Just let them know you're there, right? Don't be afraid to finish checks. They do it. Defense. Protect your goalie. Right? You saw they crashed the net. Don't do anything stupid. Protect your goalie. Be physical, but do it in a smart way. These refs, that last night, they let that game go a little bit. Right? They're going to let you battle in front of the net. Their goalie actually took a blocker into the back of one of their guys' head. Like, they'll let it go a little bit. The second you go over, that's when they're going to start calling things. Be physical, protect yourself, protect your teammates, protect your goalie.
Where the implications are simple. Winner of this game heads to the Frozen Four. A lot on the line. This is a first ever meeting between these two programs. They've been elite all year long. What do you think the difference is going to be in this matchup?
Yeah, to Chris, for me, it comes down to, can NC State dictate the style of play that they want to play, and that's speed up and down the ice.
We're here to go 5-0. We're going to win a title, and we're going to hoist the trophy above our heads at the end of the week.
Let's go!
Out onto the ice, and the first thing you notice is packed house. We haven't really played against a packed house this year. I know I hadn't played against a crowd that big in my whole hockey career, so it was pretty exciting to go out there and see it.
But all the rookies coming in, they had never got to see that experience yet, so it was definitely cool for them. As a player, it really gets you going on the ice. You know, it kind of gives you a little bit of adversity. There's nothing better than silencing the away crowd and just kind of making them shut up.
But the crowd only got louder when the hockey turned into a bloodbath.
Red jerseys, I should say, and NC State forces a turnover. Mestro lays the lumber. Favor NC State. Oh, goodness, a collision. Bury that time. Oh, what a hit. Johnny Whiskey lowers the shoulder.
You know, it was a tough game. They played pretty physical, and we started to get a couple injuries, and as that went down, the mood on the bench changed a little bit for sure. You know, it's tough seeing your captain go down so early in the game, and then a couple of your key players also getting hurt. So
no matter who goes down, we're always going to fight for them and always be there for them. So we took it personally, and we kind of felt like we had to do it for him and, you know, show him we're there for him.
It's not easy being down 3 goals to anyone, let alone the #1 team in the country at their place. But you have to be able to try to get something early in this period to see if that can propel.
But for now, you need to carry this through with respect and pride to the end. For the guys that have gotten knocked out of this game with cheap shots, including your captain, by the way, you need to play for pride and respect for them. And when people sometimes say play for pride, that means you're waving white. No, the exact opposite. I'm not waving a white flag. I want us to dig deeper and deeper than you ever had before and do it the right way.
Strike 0, and the University of Mary is heading to the national semifinal on Monday.
For the seniors in here, right? I was in your shoes 2 years ago. It sucks. We have a team that fought to the last minute, the last second of that game, right? There's players hurt, players bad with their injuries, you skated the whole game. Everybody should be proud of what they accomplished this year. There's a pandemic going on, and you made it to nationals, right? Won 2 games, had a hard-fought game against the number one team in the country.
I get a little emotional on this. I do want to address the seniors because I came in with you. To underclassmen going up and moving up, I hope you realize the amount of work that this senior class did. We went from losing to Clemson, to playing in Bismarck. And think about that. Think about that. Seniors, we went with fights with our own school in trademarks to be the 4th selling team at the off-campus red and white shop for a year. Think about that. Think about all the firsts at the seniors class. Ian, as the president, when you got the duffel bag, the backpack, there were uncashed checks. We were financially a mess. And now we're able to get to Bismarck. Todd, I'm kind of a little happy to address what you've done as a senior with setting up to create a brand, because I know you're taking a victory lap. Hey, look at me. It's going to be a victory lap, brother. Cam, I had the pleasure of you at the defensive end of the bench. For those of you that weren't here Cam's freshman year, I don't want to swear in, so Zach can use the whole thing. Cam's maturity and growth. Cam once told his defensive coach, not me, arguing, what? He really thought of him mid-game. And now he's the picture of calmness out there. Petty, we talk about resilience. Petty's the definition of resilience. Petty I don't want to remind us, but Petty went to Nationals and got caught. And then made his way back. He's out there on the ice at the end of the game. I mean, that means something. Where's Berkey? I mean, we want to talk about resilience too. Kept trying and finally getting, trying and finally getting there. It's kind of the definition of the team, right? We got to Nationals 2 years ago. Last year, just got wiped off the board anyway, right? I don't know what happened at the end of that season. All right? But just like Berkey we got back again this year, just like Berkey. We're going to get back here again. The underclassmen, you really owe this senior class a debt of gratitude. You really do. The culture change that this senior class has done can never be underestimated. Can never be underestimated. And for that, I'll be eternally grateful. I'll miss you guys. Probably not, because we'll be around the rink, and I do hope you're around the rink. I do hope you see what it means to the alums, what you've done as you now become alums. With the tents up there, the class of 01, the original guys. To the rest of the team, we've got a lot coming back. We've got a lot coming back. We're loaded. We're loaded.
Down 4 or 5 guys, number 1 team in the country, and you guys played every minute. So I'm really proud of you.
I got one thing to say. Sorry, I'm gonna try to do it without crying. I know I talk way too much, and you guys are sick of hearing me, but it's not often you finish your hockey career the way you want. But I want to thank all of you for playing as best as you could for all the seniors, because I tried my best because I knew how much it meant to their seniors for the past 2 years, and I want to thank you all for playing as hard as you could tonight. So, yeah, thank you.
So, hockey's a really great teacher on the ice, and then off the ice, being in the role of president, I've really grown a lot as a person and learned a lot through that experience as well. I'd say the biggest thing I've learned is probably just being disciplined, whether it's budgeting your time correctly or budgeting how much work you need to do and in which stages of certain projects you're at as you go through it as well.
The biggest thing I learned about myself playing hockey here for the Icepack was perseverance is key. I know it's pretty cliche, but just never give up. I didn't play last year, and then I was able to come back this year, and then you're fighting for a spot, and then you're in the lineup, you're out of the lineup. But as long as you're persevering, in the end, you'll get results. Like by the end of the season, I was very confident in my play. I was definitely playing the best I'd ever played.
So I think I've developed a pretty good sense of patience, especially with just people who have been around the team, people who've been on the team. That's life, right? You're not going to be able to get along with everybody sometimes. So I think that's been a big factor. And then just honing in on my leadership skills. Obviously, 3 years is a long time. You mature pretty, not quickly, but it's 3 years. You're going to mature a little bit. You go from 18 years old, you're a teenager, and then all of a sudden you're 22, ending your college career. It's a lot of time, so you're going to an adult.
Say that being on the team this year and the process that it took to make this team really made me realize about myself and just about life in general that hard work pays off. It showed, obviously did a lot of work to end up making the team, and then once I got here, realizing it takes even more work once you reach one of your goals, you know, you set a new one. And I think that's something that this team did throughout the year. We could have easily came in and been like, oh, we just want to beat Liberty this year. We did that, and then it's almost like, what's next? All right, let's beat FGCU. Did that. What's next? Let's go to nationals, win nationals. Obviously, we weren't able to do that, but you know, that's what it's all about. You know, that's for the next team to build upon. And I think the life lesson that I learned from this team is just set goals. Once you hit them, make a new one. And that's how you get better.